done with it, always just leave this lid off. That's a dirty lid. It'll just keep that tank from stinking. It'll air out your vacuum system too and let it dry. You plug it into the charger right here. There's a little red plug right here. And it's a completely smart charger, so you don't have to do nothing but just plug it in. Just plug it in and it'll shut off all on its own. You can't overcharge it.
Okay.
But what is recommended for at least the first 2 or 3 times you run it, go ahead and run it all the way down to the red and then charge it and then run it all the way down. After you do that about 3 or 4 times, it don't matter because you're running the whole length of the battery that way, up all the way down. If you just charge it automatically all the time, half hour, the batteries just get used to running that top level and then they end up wearing down.
So the way batteries work, you have to take them all the way and take them all the way to nothing, and then take them, and then you get a much better life. A much better life if you, for the first 3 or 4 times, just take it all the way and run it all the way dead.
Exactly. And it won't hurt nothing. If something ever did happen with this, like if you overpressured it or you ran it completely dead, it's going to throw one of these circuit breakers right here. And this is on a cable, so you can just open it right up. The only thing that'll, the lid will fall off. Your batteries are in here. They're brand new batteries, and when they start getting low, you just top them off with distilled water only and don't overfill them or it gets all in here and makes a big old mess.
Keep that in mind, distilled water, you guys.
Yep.
Not
and then
regular water,
when it's charging or when you're not using it, it's designed to sit like that too. That way the chemical buildup and the moisture from the batteries, if you don't do that, after several years, corrosion starts getting in your wire harness here and then you end up having to replace it. I've had to do a couple of them. They're a real pain. But as long as you keep it propped open like that, and not only that, it's got a safety feature where it won't drive right now until you shut that down. There's just a little switch. A little switch built in right here. So as soon as you lower this, just make sure you keep your fingers out of the way when you set it down. That just sets it on down. You don't need to latch it, but I just put the latch down. Okay, and then somebody grab the lid. So key here is on off.
So tell us about what we can put in again. It's water and
degreaser, bleach, any kind of neutral cleaners, anything liquid, just so it's liquid. You can even put Dawn dish soap in it. Any kind of liquid, just no powder.
No powder.
Yeah, and if you put too much soap in there, you'll notice you're just sliding all over the place, that's all.
Yeah.
Or it'll foam up when you're trying to suck up the dirty water.
So what would you do on this? What would be your advice on this?
Just some warm water for the beginning, and then I would get some good neutral cleaner that's designed just for cleaning on the concrete. You wouldn't need to use much. I would buy a 5-gallon thing of it.
Okay. The neutral cleaner being
what? That's just what it's called. It's just a chemical.
Oh, it's called neutral cleaner.
Yeah, just a neutral cleaner. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Got pHs in it so it don't dull stuff.
Okay.
This has an adjustable deal here if you need to move it up or down. This is the speed itself, how fast you're going, and then this just drives it. Either one of these triggers drive it. This trigger here hits it in reverse. But the only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to have your squeegee down when you go in reverse, or it just buckles the blades under and rips them out of there sometimes. I got it turned off right now. So that's about the only major don't do is with the squeegee down. Okay, so on the pad pressure, that's the only thing you can do wrong also. You just go down until it basically hits the floor. And then you squeeze it and see where you're at on your gauge here. That's okay. But if you'll notice, if you just keep pushing it, I can keep going, and now it ain't even going. It's just burning them off. It's totally off the ground now. It's got so you just lower it down until you got it about where you want, which is about mid-green is usually pretty good. Okay, so that also turns on your water valve when you squeeze the triggers. It's automatically triggered when you squeeze the water. Water, how much water you get is right here actually, but what you're doing here, you're probably never going to mess with it. You're going to want it full blast all the time, because if anything, these are known for not putting out a lot of water, but if everything's okay and you got the water all the way up like I do now, it cleans. That's what I did in 3 cleans right down the hall. But there's a little knob right here. If it don't have a knob on it because they always get busted off, but if all the way this way is all the way on, and then if you wanted to slow it down a little bit because you're getting too much water, just turn it a little bit more closed. But it won't turn on until you actually trigger the machine. Same with the vac motor. Once you lower it, it automatically comes on. And then if you need to mix chemical, this is how much chemical you got in your clean tank. You got 40 liters right there and 50 liters. I thought there used to be gallons too. It's probably washed off. I think it's a 24-gallon tank though, if I recall right. But with this, you can just kind of mix them. As long as you're not too soapy, you're fine. This is your dirty drain hose. That's your clean drain hose. they're known for dripping a little bit of liquid sometimes when you shut them off. So if you can, the best way to do it is just drain the clean water when you're done too. That way, if it leaks a little bit, or if it gets worse, more than just a little puddle or a couple of drops when you're done, you just call me though, and I'll come out and put a new valve in it. I warranty all that kind of stuff for a while. So.
Okay.
So basically, you're just lowering your squeegee. You got your brush pressure set about right. And then all you're doing is driving, just squeezing the trigger, but it's going a little fast now, which you can go fast, but anytime you go over bumps, you want to slow it down a little bit. And then the slower you go, the better it cleans. Awesome. You know, but once you're already clean like this, you can probably zip over it pretty quick. See, I was picking almost all the water up. It'll leave a little bitty bit. And then when you go over cracks, you'll suck up a little bit of gravel or a little bit of dirt